All right, folks, we got some questions from some people, some viewers actually, about when we were out at Black Lake, how did we communicate? Because we did have internet, and the long and the short of it is, not too well. The majority of our communication involved taking our Verizon jetpack, double bagging it in two freezer bags, and then using a paper clip to secure it to a tree branch down by the lake where we managed to find a spot that we had LTE service. And that worked. It got us internet. It wasn't super fast, but it was enough that we could keep track of weather, Facebook, maybe upload the occasional photo. There was no way we were doing a video, although we did manage to watch a Facebook live stream, and we're hoping maybe to find a way to get enough service to do a live stream from the campground next year. However, there was one reoccurring nightmare that I had the entire summer, and that was what happens if someone knocks on our door at 2 in the morning with a medical emergency. Because the cell service with the phones was spotty at best. I actually had a situation partway through the summer where a gentleman walked 3 miles from where he got his camper stuck in the ditch to the campground, and I had to take him on a 10-mile drive then in order to find enough signal to call for help. I think we have that problem licked though. If you come with me here, this is our Suburban, and this antenna here is a WeBoost by Wilson Electronics cell booster. So we'll open up the back of the truck here. This thing only will do 4G LTE, which is fine because Verizon is turning off their CDMA coverage. So from that antenna, we come down through this wire. I've kind of got it wrapped here just to hold it tight. This is still somewhat of a temporary installation. I plan on coming up with something better. Past the gasket here and into this. This itself is actually the amplifier. I then have the wires tuck in under here and follow the door sill up to the front of the truck, where I'm going to show you something kind of cool. Now, the Suburban is in the garage, and we are in town. So we have cell service, but I think you'll still be impressed at the difference because we have a metal roof on this house, which is knocking the signal down. So let's go in the car and take a look. All right, so here we are in the Suburban. And you can see right now I'm on LTE band 4 with a signal of negative 110, which isn't the best. You can see the phone is showing that I've got a signal of like 1 bar. And you can see that this light right here is actually off. Oh, we're down to negative 114. So I'm going to plug this thing in here. You can see the light came on. That means the booster's alive. And the signal instantly jumped to negative 101. Now this is band 4. This is a high frequency band. This is a 21 megahertz band, negative 103. The signal's stabilizing at that negative 103. Yes, I could get a signal of like negative 88 if this thing would change to band 13, which is a lower frequency band that penetrates better. However, here in the garage with the metal roof, the fact that we jumped from that negative 114, negative 116 to negative 108 and negative 105 is actually pretty good. Just to demonstrate the difference, as long as the booster's on, I'm going to grab the speed test app here. And we're going to run a speed test with the booster on, and then I'll run it again with it off. So we're waiting for it to find the server. And you know what? I don't want to use that one. Let's use Norvado and cable. That one's actually closer. And I'm going to hit go. And we've got a ping of 56, a jitter of 9, and we're getting 12, 13, 14 meg down, which isn't too bad. I do want to check before we do the next speed test to make sure that we are on the same band, because if we changed bands, then it's not a fair test. All right. So that one came in at 14 down, 13.6 up. We're going to flip back over and make sure we are still on band 4. So now I'm going to unplug the booster. The light's now off. We're going to wait. Signal dropped to negative 112. And we're going to go back over here. We're going to close this. And we are going to say test again. We're still going to the Norvado server. Ping of 55, jitter of 7. And right now it's looking pretty good. But again, we're in town, so this isn't a fair comparison. Because the signal strengths aren't that different. This thing does actually vary. But look at the upload difference. I mean, that right there is a huge difference. So even though the signal from the tower is about the same, the upstream is immensely different. And that's the part that I found very interesting. When we were testing this after we got it, I would drive from Park Falls to Minocqua, and there was always stretches where we wouldn't have signal. And now I can make that whole stretch without losing signal, and I was seeing speeds of 60 to 80 meg down in the middle of nowhere. When we were at the campground, my phone would have no signal. I'd come into the Suburban, I'd plug the booster in, and we'd gain signal. I mean, the thing won't create signal where it doesn't exist, but it does. We amplify weak signals that the phone can't see. So overall, I personally am very happy with this unit. I just want to put a disclaimer out there. We purchased it with our own money. We did not have it sent to us. Wilson does not owe us anything. So I'm going to be honest with you. In town, yeah, I don't need it. But where we live, where the closest Walmart's almost an hour away, yeah, we're out of town often enough that we need this. And I'm going to get another one for the Volkswagen behind us, and then we'll have 2 because we're never in town. If we're going somewhere as a family, we're in very rural areas with no signal, and I'm not looking to be able to surf the internet, but I'd at least be able to like to be able to make a call if something happens. So that's my input on this WeBoost booster. I will leave a link to it down below in the video description. I will throw one other thing out here. This only works with devices in the cradle. So this is not a whole vehicle booster where everybody gets the benefit of the boost, but it does serve our needs. So until next time, we'll see you at our next destination. Take care. Bye-bye.